Imagine this. It's 2 a.m., and you're lying in bed, staring at the ceiling. Your mind is racing. Did I send that email? What if I fail? Why do I always feel on edge? Sound familiar? You're not alone. Over 40 million adults struggle with anxiety every day. But what if I told you there's a way to break free? A way to silence the noise in your head and finally find peace? Martha Beck, a Harvard-trained sociologist and one of the world's most renowned life coaches, has cracked the code. In her groundbreaking book, Beyond Anxiety, she reveals how you can stop feeling like a prisoner of your own thoughts. And today, we're diving deep into her most life-changing lessons. Ready? Let's go. Martha Beck isn't just another self-help guru. She's spent decades researching human behavior, coaching thousands of people, and most importantly, she's walked this journey herself. She's been in the trenches of anxiety, self-doubt, and emotional paralysis, and she found a way out. What makes Beyond Anxiety different? Unlike typical just think positive advice, Beck blends science, spirituality, and psychology to help you rewire your brain without fake positivity, without suppressing emotions. This book is about lasting transformation. And here's the best part. It's already changing lives. Readers report feeling calmer, more focused, and finally in control of their emotions. So let's unpack the secrets inside this book and start your transformation today. Picture this. You're stuck in quicksand. The more you struggle, the deeper you sink. Anxiety works the same way. The more you resist it, the more power it has over you. Martha Beck teaches that instead of fighting anxiety, you need to observe it, almost like watching a storm pass by. You are not your thoughts. You are the observer of your thoughts, and that simple shift changes everything. She introduces a method called the witness mind, a way to detach from anxious thoughts and see them for what they really are, just thoughts, not reality. It's like stepping outside of your own mental storm and watching the clouds pass. Let me tell you a story. Jim Carrey, the famous actor, used this exact principle when he was struggling with depression and anxiety. Instead of resisting his emotions, he started watching them, questioning them, and eventually letting them go. He calls it riding the wave instead of drowning in it. So how do you start practicing this? Let's break it down. Lesson 1. Name your anxiety. Beck suggests that one of the best ways to break free from anxiety is to personify it. Give it a name. Instead of saying, "I'm anxious," say, "Oh, that's just nervous Nick acting up again." This simple trick creates distance between you and the emotion. Naming your anxiety turns it into a character you can observe, rather than an identity you absorb. Exercise. Next time anxiety creeps in, name it. Is it worried Wendy? Panicky Pete? This small act gives you control over your emotions, rather than letting them control you. To reinforce this, write down a few phrases that you'll use when addressing this character, and remind yourself that you are separate from it. Lesson 2. The 90-second rule. Did you know that an emotion only lasts 90 seconds unless you feed it with thoughts? Neuroscientist Dr. Jill Bolt Taylor discovered that feelings like anxiety are just chemical reactions that fade unless we keep fueling them. We tend to relive and extend anxiety by replaying scenarios over and over in our minds. So next time anxiety strikes, pause, breathe, let it pass. Don't engage with it. Just watch it, and it will fade. Try this. Set a timer for 90 seconds and practice simply observing the anxiety without feeding it with more negative thoughts. See how your body naturally calms down. Lesson 3. Flip the script. Here's a mind-blowing trick. Instead of thinking, "What if I fail?" ask yourself, "What if I succeed?" Anxiety thrives on worst-case scenarios, but you can train your brain to consider the best-case scenario instead. Your brain is wired to detect threats, but it can also be rewired to expect opportunities. Challenge. Write down 3 positive outcomes every time you catch yourself thinking negatively. Retrain your mind to seek optimism. For an even deeper impact, visualize yourself succeeding. What does it feel like? What are the sights and sounds around you? The more vivid, the more effective. Lesson 4. The anchor technique. Think about a time when you felt completely calm and safe. Maybe it was on a beach, in your childhood home, or during a quiet moment of meditation. That's your anchor. Anxiety often makes us feel lost at sea, but an anchor can bring us back to the present. Exercise. When you feel anxious, close your eyes and visualize your anchor. Imagine the smells, sounds, and feelings of that place. Doing this repeatedly rewires your brain to associate a calming memory with moments of stress. Lesson 5. Shift your physiology. Your body and mind are deeply connected. Anxiety isn't just in your thoughts, it's in your body too. One of the fastest ways to disrupt anxiety is to change your physical state. Next time anxiety grips you, move, stand up, stretch, do jumping jacks, or take a walk. Even a deep exhale can activate your parasympathetic nervous system, signaling to your body that it's safe. Lesson 6. The if-then strategy. One of the best tools for managing anxiety is planning ahead for anxious moments. Instead of waiting until you feel overwhelmed, create an if-then plan. If I start feeling anxious before a big meeting, then I will take 3 deep breaths and remind myself I am prepared. Write down 3 if-then strategies for your personal anxiety triggers. Having a plan helps your brain feel in control, reducing the fear response. Lesson 7. Create a worry window. Did you know that allowing yourself to worry, but on your own terms, can actually reduce anxiety? Instead of trying to suppress anxious thoughts all day, schedule a worry window where you allow yourself 10 to 15 minutes to focus on all your concerns. After the time is up, close the window and move on. This technique prevents anxiety from controlling your whole day and trains your brain to contain worries rather than let them run wild. The key takeaway: anxiety is a habit, and habits can be changed. These 7 techniques aren't just theories, they're backed by science and proven to work. Now it's time for you to put them into action. Think about your own life. How much time have you wasted worrying about things that never actually happened? How many dreams have you delayed because of fear? You don't have to live like this. Anxiety is not your identity, it's just a habit, and habits can be changed. If Oprah, Tim Ferriss, and thousands of others can do it, so can you. So I want you to ask yourself right now, what would my life look like if I wasn't afraid? Sit with that, because the life you deserve is waiting on the other side of fear. Now I have a challenge for you. Drop a comment below. What's one anxious thought you're letting go of today? I'll be reading and replying to as many as I can. And if you're ready for even more transformation, watch my next video on Atomic Habits by James Clear, where we break down how to build life-changing routines. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss a video that could change your life. Remember, your thoughts don't own you. You are stronger than your anxiety, and your best life is waiting. Let's get there together.